I got news for y'all, man. Steph Curry is the most valuable player in the NBA. LeBron James might be the best. Steph Curry is the most valuable. LeBron James do more than him. Steph Curry is the most valuable, though. Value is what you add to your team, whether you on the field or off the court or whatever. When you step on the floor, everybody gets scared. And that's what happens with that boy Steph. He ain't cuffing nobody. He ain't standing in front of nobody. He can dribble his ass off. His passes will be off. But you know what? He is the fucking oil to that machine. Without him, that machine runs, but it don't run right. They're court low without Steph Curry. Which makes me go into this. Is Kevin Durant what we think he is? I ask that question again. Is Kevin Durant a real pretty 2, or is he a number 1? I am voting real pretty 2. Because if Steph Curry goes, look, I had these numbers wrote down. I still got them. I'm good. Do you know when both Steph Curry and Kevin Durant are on the floor at the same time, the Golden State Warriors win 80% of their games? You ready for this? When it's just KD, no Steph Curry, they win 60% of their game. I would challenge, before I give y'all this last stat, what do you think the percentage is when it's just Steph Curry and no KD on the floor? What's the percentage of them winning? And this is why I say the man is a real pretty number 2. The fact that I think he's a real pretty number 2 is this. Fact number 1. This dude said publicly, I just want to be able to play where it's comfortable, and I want to be able to play where it's comfortable and play basketball in a cohesive situation. That's not what number 1s do. Since everybody like the 45%, nope, wrong. Mo, Joe, I'll let your boy. Please put something out there. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, they would have played with their fucking jersey on fire just as long as they gonna win. Wrong again. I need one more chance. Hey, Joe, since everybody else is listening, one more again. Let me get something about you, Joe. 85%. Joe was the closest. 89% of the time when Steph Curry is on the court, they win. KD is 60, but again, that's not terrible, but that is a hell of a difference. You're talking about almost a 30% difference. 60 to 89%. Kevin Durant is a extremely, you know what? Kevin Durant is a number 2, y'all. The reason I'm saying he's a number 2 is because of this. The reason we assumed he was a number 1 is this. Because usually number 2s are facilitators. Scottie Pippen, even with a LeBron James, and, shit like that. The scorer is usually the face of the situation. The facilitator. With both of them on the court, Tiff, they win 80% of the time. With both of them on the court, they win 80% of the time. With Steph and KD hurt, 89. When KD and Steph hurt, 60. And it does seem unreal. But the reason is coaching. It goes back to the original point, y'all. They moving the ball. They penetrating. They're getting it. They getting everybody involved. It's a fluid motion. When KD out there, it's a one-on-one situation. KD would only look good with a LeBron James. He would look his best with a LeBron James, with a Rondo. I know Tiffany will want to hear, but with Alonzo Ball. Somebody who's going to consistently get him the ball in his comfort zones and then let him do his thing. He stops it. When they're out there, man. He does not allow them to play Golden State Warrior basketball. So when everybody talking about, man, trade Draymond, man. Trade Draymond, he a fucking problem. He's not the problem. Our favorite 7-footer needs to go see the fucking Wizards. He needs to go see the Wizards. Because he ain't got no fucking heart, man. Hey, y'all don't gotta believe me, man. Y'all don't have to believe me. But he is not who we think he is. Because he can drop 50. He's the most unstoppable scorer that we've seen since Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady. We see that. But you know who else was the number 2? Tracy McGrady. That's why he could never win in the playoffs. Because he's not a number 1. He's a number 2. Tracy McGrady is the type of dude who needs a system. And with that being said, I'm finna switch it up. I'm finna start an argument now, y'all. Every week, I'm starting to fight. Every show I do, I'm starting to fight. This week's fight is this. I'm gonna ask y'all for a little more participation. I want y'all to type in there the top 3 running backs in NFL history according to y'all. I don't want to hear about no stats. I don't want to hear about none of that. Who are the top 3 running backs in NFL history? I'm going to wait for a second. Of course, I'm going to be running my damn mouth. Oh, well, come on. You know me and you don't do nothing but fight, Tiffany. I'm going to start it, damn it. But I want y'all to give me the top 3 running backs in NFL history. According to y'all. Fight Club, that's right. We on the end of the bench. We fighting on the end of the bench like Vernon Maxwell in the Fan. That's how we gonna get down. But it's a reason that I'm asking this, and I just want y'all opinion because I keep hearing these things, and it's this one dude that nobody gives credit to. Whoa, Tiffany! Shout out to Tiffany. Even though she a Chiefs fan, she came through. Tiffany said Barry Sanders, Jim Brown, Emmitt Smith. Shout out to Tiffany for actually fucking up. Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. For Joe, Mo, let me get the top 3 running backs in NFL history. And this is just your personal list. This ain't because they got stats and touchdowns and records. It's just, hey, these are the 3 dudes that I like the most. The reason I'm asking y'all list is this. Even though y'all kind of hit, I'm going to mention Marcus. Ooh, Tiffany, that hurt. That hurt Tiffany. Tiffany hands bleeding, y'all. Tiffany hands are bleeding. She said Marcus Allen, but he did play for the Chiefs. But you know what? You know why he in the Hall of Fame, though. League MVP, Super Bowl MVP. That's why he in the Hall of Fame. We know what that is. It hurt her hands to type that, though. Barry Sanders, Adrian Peterson, and the woman killer, O.J. Simpson. Allegedly. Or what's my man Ninja say? Maybe. The reason I ask y'all this is this. Consistently, we hear Emmitt Smith is not the best running back in the league because he had that big, massive offensive line and yada, 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 and this, that, and the third. Right or wrong, y'all? I like you. Put my Cuddy on that list. Mo. Oh. Get out of here. But the reason you always hear, hey, I wasn't there. Y'all know I ain't finna get in there. Oh yeah, he killed that broad, no doubt. Maybe. I love that maybe, man. That maybe is super dope to me. But the reason I'm saying this is this. You consistently hear people knock Emmitt Smith down a peg because Emmitt Smith had that monstrous offensive line. Anybody could have put up them numbers. Now, he was great. They always go, he was great. But that offensive line, yada, yada, yada. Right? Y'all in agreement with that? The question I have is this. I'm going to ask y'all this. This is the last question that I'm going to make my point. Give me the top 3 wide receivers in NFL history. And it's a method to my madness. Just work with me. I don't appreciate the fact that everybody always knocking my main man, honorable mention Emmitt Smith, Mark Faulk, and Bo Jackson. You know what? Bo Jackson, I got to fight with you now, Mo. This our first fight. Won't be our last. Bo Jackson is the Biggie Smalls of football. Biggie Smalls was a dope MC. One of the dopest. One of the dopest MCs ever. He could do almost anything in football. he put himself in a stratosphere that not many rappers can be on. But when you talk about longevity, body of work, material, you cannot bring up Bo Jackson and or Biggie Smalls. So if Biggie would have lived longer and if Bo Jackson's career would have lasted longer, then we have a leg to stand on. But it can't be that way. Oh damn, Tiff going hard. Tiff, you know what? Even though you're a Chiefs fan, you slowly become with that last part, the white girl thing. Shout out to Tiffany on the white girl side. I'm with that. All right, I got Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Michael Irvin. Love it. Mo, Joe, can I get the list? T.O., Randy, and Marvin Harrison. Okay, all right, look at this dude. King of the homers. Joe from Houston. Look, Tiff, Mo. Joe from Houston is a super duper Indianapolis Colts fan. Get the hell out of here with that Marvin Harrison. He invented the bitch ass. And if y'all don't know what the bitch ass is when you are when you almost get hit, you go down on the ground so you won't get hit. i.e. the bitch ass. He the king of the bitch ass, man. I'm sorry. I like Marvin Harrison, but he invented the bitch ass. Randy Moss, T.O., good. I'm glad y'all said that. The reason I ask y'all these questions is this. Why is it that I almost said Michael Irvin. Emmitt Smith is always knocked down a peg because he had this massive offensive line. First of all, none of these dudes, let's kill that misnomer about my main man Barry Sanders not having an offensive line. It's impossible to have not have an offensive line with Scott Mitchell going to the Pro Bowl, Herman Moore going to the Pro Bowl, and Brett Perriman going to the Pro Bowl. You got 3 offensive players going to the Pro Bowl. They throwing the ball down the field. So you got to be able to have some blocking. So let's miss me with that nonsense. Now, with that being said, why is Emmitt Smith knocked down a peg when we're talking about all-time great football players? Because he had the massive offensive line, and anybody could have done that. He was great, but he had that line. That's what everybody's line is. But Jerry Rice is the only wide receiver in NFL history to only get balls thrown to him by league MVPs and Pro Bowlers. He started off his career getting balls thrown to him by arguably the greatest quarterback in the history of the game. When that dude got washed up, they brought in, at the time, the highest rated quarterback in NFL history, who also won 2 league MVPs and a Super Bowl. When he left, he went to Jeff Garcia, a Pro Bowler. And then when Jerry got too old, they told him agitate the gravel. And he went to Oakland. He got the ball thrown to him by league MVP Rich Gannon. So if Emmitt Smith is not the all-time great because he had the offensive line, how the hell is Jerry Rice the greatest receiver when you had arguably 2 of the 3 best quarterbacks in the history of the game throwing you the football, and 3, you had 4 Pro Bowlers, 2 league MVP, 3 league MVPs throwing you the ball? Help me understand that, y'all. Because the last time I checked, that seems to be relatively equal. Because of the offensive line, the QBs, the wide receivers, let's not forget Dallas had defense. Hey, bro, I'm going to have to second fight. Mo, the San Francisco 49ers consistently had a top 5 defense. They consistently had Roger Craig, the first dude for 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yard rushing. And they replaced him with Ricky Waters. Same situation. There you go. Try again, Mo. Who gonna run a perfect route? Who gonna go across the middle? The playmaker, not T.O. T.O. just go across the middle. What's with the no T.O. love? The playmaker was no bum. T.O. was no bum. The playmaker, my favorite receiver. He ain't left-handed, but you know everybody got flaws. Now, what's up with that, Mo? It's not like let's not forget, the 49ers won 5 Super Bowls between 1982 in 1994.